What's up, you guys? Back for the next installment. It's your boy Shock. Today, UVS Games, one of the best companies out there, one of the most player-centric companies on the map, sending us another care package today. Gonna write this up in an article. Been writing a lot of articles lately over vids, but got a special series coming back this week. So check back on Thursday to see that. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out this week, so keep checking back to all the Universus socials. There's going to be some stuff for you. Anyway, today we got something special. Just released are the Star Trek Lower Decks Challenger decks. They're on the street, so we are going to open up the care package from UVS and see what we got. First things first, Boimler. So one of the things I love about the Challenger decks, and actually one thing I wish was different, was, let's see, these things will disappear and appear as you walk past them. But I wish that they would do it as you turn it sideways. Let me get Boimler right. If you go sideways, it doesn't disappear, but it has to go vertical, right? So I kind of wish it was sideways, because like then as you walk past it in the store, it would like catch people's eye like that. But still pretty awesome that just the regular character's just gonna disappear on you like that, like it's getting beamed up, Scotty. We also have my favorite character from the show, Beckett Mariner, out here with the just being awesome. And the thing I actually want to see the most, they made some of the best mats for Star Trek Lower Decks. Actually, a lot of the mats that are coming out recently have been top tier. This one's Seeking Out New Life. Can't wait to crack this thing open. And let me size down the webcam so y'all can see what's really good. All right, so we have one of the Star Trek Lower Decks mats. All of them are so sick. Oh man, just the, you know, got that almost that BioShock 40s flair with the font a little bit. Actually, I'm just gonna turn off my cam for a second. You know, it's got that, you know, just that Star Trek feel to it. Beckett out here front and center. This is pretty dope. Starfleet in the corner. This is like a man I really would play on for a minute. You know, it's clean, it's simple, not too much on it, just everything on it makes sense. The Universus logo like kind of fits. Yeah, this is definitely like the whole line of Star Trek Lower Decks mats definitely going in the right direction. The Attack on Titan mats were great as well, so like great to see them keep that new kind of direction going. Now the real thing you want out of these Lower Decks Challenger decks, if you're new to the game, welcome in, by the way. One of the best games there is. You definitely want to get started with a Challenger deck. So one of the most important parts of the Challenger series deck is the collector's booster pack. This has some crazy art for Star Trek. Definitely can't wait to crack that open. Let me get the deck out here. Oh, okay. I was wondering how it would be IRL, because I thought that the card you'd actually play with would disappear on you, and that would just be hard to print, like, you know, just be really expensive. So they put one of these cards in here. It's kind of like, it has Universus on the back. It's really thick. Feels like a credit card almost. All right, cool. All right, Beckett, I see you. Okay, cool. All right, so let's crack open the brick. Oh my God. All right, so we got Beckett out of the sleeve or the plastic, whatever you want to call it. Let's put Beckett right up there. So, this looks pretty cool. This looks pretty nice. I don't know what it is. It looks a little bit cleaner in person, like in comparison to other Holo characters. I don't know what it is. It could just be the art or something. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Something about the way what she's standing on. But we have Beckett, Mariner, Chaotic, Ensign. We're gonna go through this just a tad quicker than we did Jin and June because we're putting both of these decks in the same video, and we want to see what is in the collector's booster pack that came with it. That's what we're gonna save till the end. Now, if you're just getting started, you want to head on over to play.uvsgames.com. There we go. Connect those dots. A lot of my analysis on these cards, Beckett's deck specifically, I have written in articles on my website, myherometa.com. Both of those links are in the description below. You can check those out. Beckett's Battleth, gone through that. This card is just gonna be an interesting thing. It's gonna be difficult for a lot of people to put in their decks, but if you can put this thing on the board, it's a problem. The USS Cerritos, all 4 Challenger decks are gonna have this card in it, and each one of their collector's booster packs is gonna have a different alternate art of the Cerritos. So kind of gives you reason to buy each deck for collectors. Exciting Blow. Ooh, got a print line. Excited Blow. We got the ultra rare unfazed, ultra rare. It's ultra rare because in the collector's pack it's ultra rare, but for the purposes of the deck, we just have that silver outline and subordination. This is one of those cards that's like has the text of cards we use, but just a couple of restrictions. It's interesting. A lot of the cards in the Beckett deck are like interesting, like, this is like another card that's really good, but with like one more restriction. Captain's Log Interrupted, a Hold Escape. All right, that light's a little bit better. It's a little orange. It was a little orange before, but yeah, Overhead Toss. We got a throw in there, a 5 damage throw, 4 diff as well, nothing to sneeze at. Kind of reminds me of Overhead Toss, the Deku attack from set 1, which was rampant. So we'll see if Overhead Toss can kind of fit the same build. Therapeutic Exchange. Beckett always showing off the gas. Under the Influence. It's yeah, you gotta watch the show. A Rule of Acquisition number 111. Rule of Acquisition number 111. You can look at the top card of your rival's deck and place it on the top or the bottom. Yeah, for 0 diff, I could see it being useful at a certain level. All in This Together. All in This Together is one of those cards that I feel like is actually gonna see use. It being on the water symbol is interesting because I can't use this in Devil Jin. I can't use this in certain decks that like fill up the card pool, but +1 speed for each attack in your card pool, that could be a lot. So we'll see if this finds a spot in the meta at some point, but definitely respect that card. Family Secret, after you check a printed 3 or less, the check is +1. This one I thought was really interesting because there's cards like Life in Danger and stuff. It makes it so 2 checks can be in a deck and you not like feel so bad about it. Usually, historically, the only card since the game's rebooted, the only 2 check we've really used was like Specialized Sound Waves, and it's been really difficult to fit other 2 checks in because they weren't good enough. Specialized Sound Waves was good enough to win you more games than it lost you because it was a 2 check. Family Secret, Life of Danger, they're saying, okay, maybe those 2 checks won't lose you as many games because we will make sure they don't check 2s, which is pretty cool. I Can Take Sounds. When you're a 1 diff 2 high 6 check, it almost doesn't matter what your text says. People are going to try to find a way to put you in the deck anyway. So that's pretty cool. And after you ready this card during the combat phase, discard 1, draw 1. Like I said, we don't really care what the text says at that point. 3 diff Master of Ambojutsu. I don't think I got to this episode. I don't know what's happening here. So clearly she's hit smacking Boimler in the side of the neck. So I can't wait to get there. But yeah, we get the reduction of speed for the remove cost. And also we can burn for 2 damage. So interesting for a 3 diff. Moopsy, yeah, want to run from this thing. Your rival next check is -1 continuously. Yeah, if you see Moopsy, don't stick around. Run Idiot. Season episode 1 coming through strong. Attack is -2 speed. This is a very common effect we're using now, just like a 1 diff -2 speed for a commit cost. It's going to be feels like it's going to be a standard thing, being able to nerf speed on the defensive side for every symbol. So that's pretty cool. Secrets to the Past. After you block with this card, you can put it on the bottom of your deck. Beckett tries to manipulate the bottom of her deck, saving up checks. She has a little bit of synergy, I believe, in that regard with some other new cards. And then also, before your draw step, increase your hand size by 1. And that's also not a unique. So it just feels like there's something there. There's some broken like play there. I'm not sure it's going to be like, you know, a meta play that people do all the time, but there's definitely something there. If you're just like drawing extra cards, that could be pretty sick. Anyway, this is the Beckett Mariner deck. It's a pretty fun deck. I think that she is probably the second best deck in the Star Trek lower decks in my opinion. But that's enough for this. We're gonna crack up a Boimler, and then we're gonna get to the collector's booster packs. All right, on to the main character? Question mark? Other main character for sure. Other main character of the show, Brad Boimler, the bumbling buffoon that is just has a good heart. We're gonna put his collector's booster pack off to the side as well. Hopefully we can hit the Cerritos. Because the Cerritos alts look insane. They got you with the actually this is the collector's pamphlet, so this is just like what all the cards are, the card gallery, and actually the alt arts are in here as well. Oh, can't leave. Oh, whoop, just drop right out. Don't want to leave Boimler in there. Oh wow, now it's really good. Reduce number of light sources. Change up the lighting a little bit. I think that'll help with this. Oh, this is the wrong card. That'll help. Oh yeah, that's way better. Got him. Beat me up, Scotty. All right, Boimler. I wonder if I could just use this as my character card. Like, why not, right? Like, if I put this down on the table, like, who's gonna tell me no? Has all the right text. Resource symbols are a little grainy, but that's fine. Still readable. All right, Boimler out here doing his thing. Love it. Being crazy. Being Boimler. After you play, now Boimler is all about diplomacy, all about, you know, doing things the right way, you know, making treaties and whatnot. So he has diplomacy cards, as you'll see throughout the deck. After you play a diplomacy card, your rival commits 1 foundation. Enhance during your turn, each player draws a card. So, you know, he never likes to do anything selfish, always making things fair. That fairness can splash back on him sometimes. All right, we have Brad Boimler, acting captain. If it is your turn, each player discards 1 card and draws 1 card. If there are 2 or more attacks in a player's card pool, each player commits 1 foundation. So it looks like the condition only applies if it is your turn. That only applies to the first sentence. The second sentence has its own condition. So make sure that you're playing those kind of separately when you play the enhance. Also, response after a rival commits 1 or more foundations during the enhance step, this attack gets +1 or -1 damage. So we've seen effects like that before. I believe that was martial law, I want to say, from the Tekken decks, with an effect just like that. Their response. Replicator enthusiast. Let me get that up here for you. Remove, choose one foundation in your stage and build one foundation from your discard pile with the same name as the chosen foundation. Your rival may build the top card of their deck. Again, yeah. Hey, I don't want to. I want to do two things that are too crazy. You can do something too. But being able to copy a card in your stage is pretty sick. Com badge. Oh, com badge. Okay, gotcha. I was like, I haven't gotten a combage yet. Enhance commit. Look at the types of cards in your deck and put them back in any order. Standard, in a lot of different games. Then we have, of course, the Cerritos in all its glory. Still hoping to grab another one of those. Inconvenient duplication. I don't think I've hit this episode either. Echo, and it has as an ally, each player may build the top card of their decks. I'm gonna link in the description below the channel that did do a Boimler review, so they can kind of give you all the information on these. I haven't read through these, analyzed them the same way I analyzed Beckett. So Beckett, I can tell you how good cards are and everything like that. With Boimler, a lot of these I'm reading for the first time. This deck is +1/+1. It's +1 speed and +1 damage for each 3 foundations in your rival stage. So the bigger their stage, the stronger this attack. It'll usually be about 5/5. If they go crazy, it could be 6/6 or 7/7. Survey mission is we have a 7 damage throw, 6 diff. Blitz, your rival chooses 1 and they reveal their hand. Your attacks get +1/+1 this turn, or your rival commits 2 foundations. Response after your rival draws 1 or more cards, this attack gets +2 damage. Okay, so if they draw a card, which one of these guys say your opponent draws a card? Okay, by the book, your opponent draws a card, so that makes this thing a 9 damage throw that could have gotten +1/+1. I think that's probably the last one your opponent wants to actually use, unless you're just not gonna, they don't think you're gonna swing very much. That's an interesting card. 6 diff, it's very dangerous because 6 diffs are, usually extremely strong if they're gonna make it into a deck. But as a card in a Challenger Series deck, I love it, especially in a Challenger Series format. Rule Stickler. There we go. We got the I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see that. We got the print line on that one. Rules Stickler. We have once per turn after your rival builds 1 or more foundations during the combat phase due to a non-character effect, commit 1 of those foundations. Okay, and this is for free. This is just a once per turn. Okay, that's interesting. A little bit of tech against people who build during the combat phase. Hunt for Cranch. Hunt for Cranch. We got the diplomacy cards we finally got, and remember, when your opponent plays a diplomacy card, they will commit a foundation because we love diplomacy. Blitz, your rival chooses 1. Either they discard a card or you draw a card. We also have Stun 1, so that effectively becomes Stun 2 if you're playing by the book. Punch Me a Way Out. We have EX2 Diplomacy. Your rival chooses 1. They commit 1 foundation, or they freeze 1 committed foundation. Dangerous to oh no. So that's on a Blitz. So they have to have already had a card committed. However, if you're playing Boimler by the book, this is going to respond. They're going to have to commit 1 because it's a diplomacy, and then they have to choose whether they're going to commit 1 or freeze. Interesting. That's pretty strong, actually. It's seeming stronger and stronger as we go on here. Second Contact, right back to the first episode. I love that episode. We have, if you have exactly 2 attacks in your card pool, this attack does not count toward progressive difficulty for the turn. If it's the second attack you played, it's a 4 mid for 4 with powerful 3. Not bad stats. 2 high block is really good, actually. It's a pretty solid card all around. Boimler's got a lot of solid cards in here. On the order symbol as well. I love order. Set to stun. After this attack deals damage, freeze when rival foundation. Okay, we're freezing, we're stunning. Just like the order symbol likes to do, shoot the moss. Your rival chooses one. Either you're getting +3 speed or +3 damage. So you're either a 7 low for 4 or a 4 low for 7. That's pretty sick, honestly. A mesmerizing mission. Commit after your attack is blocked. Your next attack gains Frenzy. Frenzy is the new keyword. I think I missed it in the Beckett deck, but Frenzy is this attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for every attack that has been blocked this turn. It's going to be interesting to see how we track how many attacks have been blocked. I know the attacks that have dealt damage, we turn sideways, but you can half block. So it'll be kind of interesting. But if you know that you have Frenzy in your deck, you should be keeping track. So we have Banana Hots. Remove after this card enters your discard pile from your hand or your stage. You gain 1 health. Only playable if your character has the Enzyme trait because it is an Enzyme response. Nice little 0 diff action, you know. Beta Shift. Enhance each player draws a card. That's actually the same. That's Chivalrous Competitor. Okay, so Chivalrous Competitor is back in the format. Let's go. Bold Boimler. It's kind of cool, man. Boimler getting his swag on. Get your swag on, boy. Brad's an idiot. This attack is +1 damage for each card your rival has drawn this enhanced step. Interesting. How many of these cards say your rival draws? We have Beta Shift that causes them to draw. I don't see too many other cards that make your rival draw. Of course, we have Boimler himself that makes them draw. Interesting. If you give one more thing that makes them draw, this thing could get a little bit of damage. And it's not, there's no cost on this. This deck is +1 damage for each card your rival has drawn this enhanced step. This just happens every turn. This is not once per turn. This is not commit. This is not flip. This is just free damage if your opponent's drawing cards. That's crazy. And you got to remember, when both you and your opponent draw cards, your opponent is going to hit their draw step quicker than you are. So them drawing a card is worth less than you drawing a card. So that's very interesting that Boimler has that. The more he attacks, the stronger he gets. Chronically Dehydrated. Discard a card. This attack is +2 damage. Only playable if you have Enzyme. And then Sacrifice Foundation, freeze 1 ready rival foundation. Okay, so you gotta commit that yourself later if you can. First Contact Day. While this card is ready in your stage and there's no diplomacy card in your card pool, your rival's attacks get -1 speed. Ooh. That's pretty crazy. So this just gives -1 speed just because it's there. That's actually sick. Enhance during your turn, commit this card if your rival has 11 or more foundations. If they are in deadlock, then commit 2 rival foundations. Ooh, Showdown. This card is absolutely sick. What is it? Uncommon? Uncommon. We're gonna see if we can get the alternate version of that. Special Assignment. After your rival draws 1 or more cards during the combat phase, they choose one. They discard 1 card at random, or they lose 2 health. Okay, pretty strong. Discarding cards at random, you never want to do it. Tricorder. Okay, yeah, the Tricorder. Tricorder Scan. If your rival has 3 or more cards in hand, this attack gets -2 speed or +2 damage for the commit cost. It's a 1 diff. That's fine. And then we have Twains, which is how we settle things. We become Mark Twain. Flip after your rival chooses an option for an ability or on a diplomacy card, they choose 1 other option to add to that ability's effect. So if they choose one, you can make them do the other as well. and that's a 1/6. If you're running Boimler, that's actually a really, really good card. That's actually going to be super sick. There's just a lot of great stuff here. In the Boimler deck, it feels like there's even more great moments from the show, stuff you actually like remember. Trying to make sure that I get enough light, but also that, you know, don't blink stuff out. Sets a stun. Man, like the Beckett deck had Moopsie. Moopsie was absolutely hilarious, but there's just stuff here that's just like banana hot beta shift when they had to he's taking out garbage and stuff, and they start talking about buffer time, stuff like that. Love the art, love the actual like inspiration from the show. It kind of sings through here, and I just love that diplomacy can be a really effective thing, a really interesting thing when you have like you're giving your opponent so much stuff and you're giving yourself so much stuff, and it can make the game interesting. So I like the way they took that. I like the way Universus continues to take inspiration from the way characters actually play and incorporate that into how they function in the game, and they do it better than anybody else I've seen. It's not always perfect, but sometimes, like, or most of the time like this, they do it really, really well. All right, without further ado, let's get to the main events. Collector's packs. All right, Beckett, give me the luck. All right, so we are looking for the Cerritos. We're looking for actually a lot of things. Special Assassin, Rule of Acquisition. This must be the Beckett alt collector's pack. This, don't do this. Is this this is definitely not a Beckett card. Okay, that was Sam. Yeah, I think this is in Sam's deck too. No, this is Connecting the Dots. This is in Beckett. Yeah. We are Connecting the Dots. I think that is our alt, or there's our rare slot. Memory upgrade, best buddies. Okay, so it seems like all the collector's packs have any of the cards from all 4 decks, so you could get any of the 4 Cerritos, no matter what collector's pack you buy. That's interesting. We'll confirm that and post that on the little note ski. Secret Past. That push is crazy. Oh, did we get a character? Wait, I don't know. Doppel Emissary. What's that next one? Woo! We got Sam. These are the alts for the characters. They just look so crazy. It was one of the alts. This is the alt for the 6 div Sam. The 7 one looks different. The other Sam looks different. I'll put them up on the screen. These actually look so crazy. Just like a lot of like game. Oh, actually, oof! Look at his eyepiece. A lot of games, they like to go crazy with like not the art, but the foiling on the art. And Universus does a really interesting thing. They're like, okay, we'll still like decoratively foil the thing, but we're gonna put most of our effort into just coming up with a style, like a completely different style for our alt arts. Now, like they're doing that more recently than it's changed a lot very recently. So we have stuff like this that's just so different than the original. Oh, join Starfleet. I'm right there, bro. I need to get a sleeve for you. We have Second Contact. We don't make First Contact. We make Second Contact. And we have Overhead Toss. Okay, we got the 5 div throw. All right, nice. Love it. All right, so I am pretty happy with that. Connecting the Dots and Sam. I wish we hit Beckett, the Beckett alt, but beggars can't be choosers. This is pretty awesome. And that's Star Trek Lower Decks. Star Trek Lower Decks is in Universus. I love seeing them go to different universes, to different worlds, different IPs, things you wouldn't expect. from historically, Universus has touched on a lot of fighting games. They've touched on Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken is back now. Next year we're getting Guilty Gear, and then like recently we've been in anime territory. We've gone through My Hero, gone through Attack on Titan, Yu Hakusho, and things, and they still have bandwidth to explore other places. We can still go Star Trek Lower Decks. We can still go Spy Family, which I guess is anime, but it's a different, it's not a shonen. It's a different kind of anime. And they just have this acceptance of anything that makes sense. So as we start the next year and we go into different IPs, it's pretty awesome to see the attention that they're giving them, the effort they put into everything that goes into that product. Star Trek Lower Decks, this is like a beacon to other IPs to say, hey, we treat IPs well. Look at these mats. Look at these alts. These are freaking gas. And that's why I play this game. So anyway, that's my unboxing of Star Trek Lower Decks. Like I said, come back later in the week. We have some cool stuff popping. And until then, I'll see you on the tables. Peace.